Hello, welcome back to Meditating the Word. My name is Cherie. I'm your host and fellow traveler on this journey through the Bible in a year. Whether you've been reading the Bible for years or if this is your first time to read it, from Genesis to Revelation, I'm so glad to have you with us. We are in the 9th month of our journey, and we still have a lot of people to meet and places to visit. So let's jump into today's passage. This is day 268. Today we will finish reading the book of Ezra, chapters 7 through 10. I'm reading from the World English Bible. Let's get started. The book of Ezra, chapters 7 through 10. Now after these things, in the reign of Artaxerxes, king of Persia, Ezra, the son of Zerahiah, the son of Azariah, the son of Hilkiah, the son of Shallum, the son of Zadok, the son of Ahitub, the son of Amariah, the son of Azariah, the son of Meraioth, the son of Zerahiah, the son of Uzzi, the son of Buki, the son of Abishua, the son of Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the chief priest. This Ezra went up from Babylon. He was a skilled scribe in the law of Moses, which the Lord, the God of Israel, had given him. And the king granted him all his request, according to the Lord his God's hand on him. Some of the children of Israel, including some of the priests, the Levites, the singers, the gatekeepers, and the temple servants, went up to Jerusalem in the 7th year of Artaxerxes the king. He came to Jerusalem in the 5th month, which was in the 7th year of the king. For on the 1st day of the 1st month he began to go up from Babylon, and on the 1st day of the 5th month he came to Jerusalem, according to the good hand of his God on him. For Ezra had set his heart to seek the Lord's law and to do it, and to teach statutes and ordinances in Israel. Now this is the copy of the letter that King Artaxerxes gave to Ezra the priest, the scribe, even the scribe of the words of the Lord's commandments and of his statutes to Israel. Artaxerxes, king of kings, to Ezra the priest, the scribe of the law of the perfect God of heaven. Now I make a decree that all those of the people of Israel and their priests and the Levites in my realm, who intend of their own free will to go to Jerusalem, go with you. Because you are sent by the king and his 7 counselors to inquire concerning Judah and Jerusalem, according to the law of your God which is in your hand, and to carry the silver and gold which the king and his counselors have freely offered to the God of Israel, whose habitation is in Jerusalem, and all the silver and gold that you will find in all the province of Babylon, with the free will offering of the people and of the priests, offering willingly for the house of their God, which is in Jerusalem. Therefore you shall with all diligence buy with this money bulls, rams, and lambs, with their meal offerings and their drink offerings, and shall offer them on the altar of the house of your God, which is in Jerusalem. Whatever seems good to you and to your brothers to do with the rest of the silver and gold, do that according to the will of your God. The vessels that are given to you for the service of the house of your God, deliver before the God of Jerusalem. Whatever more will be needed for the house of your God, which you may have occasion to give it out of the king's treasure house. I, even I, Artaxerxes the king, make a decree to all the treasurers who are beyond the river, that whatever Ezra the priest, the scribe of the law of the God of heaven, requires of you, it shall be done with all diligence, up to 100 talents of silver, and to 100 cores of wheat, and to 100 baths of wine, and to 100 baths of oil, and salt, without prescribing how much, whatever is commanded by the God of heaven, let it be done exactly for the house of the God of heaven. For why should there be wrath against the realm of the king and his sons? Also, we inform you that it shall not be lawful to impose tribute, custom, or toll on any of the priests, Levites, singers, gatekeepers, temple servants, or laborers of this house of God. You, Ezra, according to the wisdom of your God that is in your hand, appoint magistrates and judges who may judge all the people who are beyond the river, who all know the laws of your God, and teach him who doesn't know them. Whoever will not do the law of your God and the law of the king, let judgment be executed on him with all diligence, whether it is to death or to banishment, or to confiscation of goods, or to imprisonment. Blessed be the Lord, the God of our fathers, who has put such a thing as this in the king's heart, to beautify the Lord's house which is in Jerusalem, and has extended loving kindness to me before the king and his counselors, and before all the king's mighty princes. I was strengthened according to the Lord my God's hand on me, and I gathered together chief men out of Israel to go up with me. Now these are the heads of their fathers' households, and this is the genealogy of those who went up with me from Babylon in the reign of Artaxerxes the king. Of the sons of Phinehas, Gershom. Of the sons of Ithamar, Daniel. Of the sons of David, Hattush. Of the sons of Shechaniah. Of the sons of Parash, Zechariah. And with him were listed by genealogy of the males 150. Of the sons of Pahath-Moab, Eliahonai, the son of Zerahiah, and with him 200 males. Of the sons of Shechaniah, the son of Jahaziel, and with him 300 males. Of the sons of Adin, Abed, the son of Jonathan, and with him 50 males. Of the sons of Elam, Jeshaiah, the son of Athaliah, and with him 70 males. Of the sons of Shephatiah, Zebediah, the son of Michael, and with him 80 males. Of the sons of Joab, Obadiah, the son of Jehiel, and with him 218 males. Of the sons of Shelomith, the son of Josephiah, and with him 160 males. Of the sons of Bebai, Zechariah, the son of Bebai, and with him 28 males. Of the sons of Azgad, Johanan, the son of Hakatan, and with him 110 males. Of the sons of Adonikam, who were the last, their names are Eliphelet, Jeuel, and Shemaiah, and with them 60 males. Of the sons of Bigvai, Uthai, and Zabud, and with them 70 males. I gathered them together to the river that runs to Ahava, and there we encamped 3 days. Then I looked around at the people and the priests, and found there were none of the sons of Levi. Then I sent for Eleazar, and for Ariel, and for Shemaiah, for Elnathan, for Jarib, for Elnathan, for Nathan, for Zechariah, and for Meshullam, chief men. Also for Joiarib, and for Elnathan, who were teachers. I sent them out to Iddo, the chief, at the place Casaphia, and I told them what they should tell Iddo and his brothers, the temple servants, at the place Casaphia, that they should bring to us ministers for the house of our God. According to the good hand of our God on us, they brought us a man of discretion, of the sons of Mali, the son of Levi, the son of Israel, namely Sherebiah, with his sons and his brothers 18, and Hashabiah, with him Jeshaiah of the sons of Merari, his brothers and their sons 20, and of the temple servants whom David and the princes had given for the service of the Levites, 220 temple servants. All of them were mentioned by name. Then I proclaimed a fast there at the river Ahava, that we might humble ourselves before our God, to seek from him a straight way for us, for our little ones, and for all our possessions. For I was ashamed to ask of the king a band of soldiers and horsemen to help us against the enemy on the way, because we had spoken to the king, saying, The hand of our God is on all those who seek him for good, but his power and his wrath is against all those who forsake him. So we fasted and begged our God for this, and he granted our request. Then I set apart 12 of the chiefs of the priests, even Sherebiah, Hashabiah, and 10 of their brothers with them, and weighed to them the silver, the gold, and the vessels, even the offering for the house of our God, which the king, his counselors, his princes, and all Israel there present had offered. I weighed into their hand 650 talents of silver, 100 talents of silver vessels, 100 talents of gold, 20 bowls of gold weighing 1,000 derricks, and 2 vessels of fine bright bronze, precious as gold. I said to them, You are holy to the Lord, and the vessels are holy. The silver and the gold are a freewill offering to the Lord, the God of your fathers. Watch and keep them until you weigh them before the chiefs of the priests, the Levites, and the princes of the fathers' households of Israel at Jerusalem, in the rooms of the Lord's house. So the priests and the Levites received the weight of the silver, the gold, and the vessels to bring them to Jerusalem, to the house of our God. Then we departed from the river Ahava on the 12th day of the first month to go to Jerusalem. The hand of our God was on us, and he delivered us from the hand of the enemy and the bandits by the way. We came to Jerusalem and stayed there 3 days. On the 4th day, the silver and the gold and the vessels were weighed in the house of our God into the hand of Meremoth, the son of Uriah the priest. And with him was Eleazar, the son of Phinehas, and with them were Jozabad, the son of Jeshua, and Noadiah, the son of Binnui, the Levites. Everything was counted and weighed, and all the weight was written at that time. The children of the captivity who had come out of exile offered burnt offerings to the God of Israel, 12 bulls for all Israel, 96 rams, 77 lambs, and 12 male goats for a sin offering. All this was a burnt offering to the Lord. They delivered the king's commissions to the king's local governors and to the governors beyond the river. So they supported the people and God's house. Now when these things were done, the princes came near to me, saying, The people of Israel, the priests and the Levites, have not separated themselves from the peoples of the lands, following their abominations, even those of the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Perizzites, the Jebusites, the Ammonites, the Moabites, the Egyptians, and the Amorites. For they have taken of their daughters for themselves and for their sons, so that the holy offspring have mixed themselves with the peoples of the lands. Yes, the hand of the princes and the rulers has been chief in this trespass. When I heard this thing, I tore my garment and my robe, and pulled the hair out of my head and out of my beard, and sat down confounded. Then everyone who trembled at the words of the God of Israel were assembled to me because of the trespass of the exiles, and I sat confounded until the evening offering. At the evening offering, I rose up from my humiliation, even with my garment and my torn robe, and I fell on my knees and spread out my hands to the Lord my God, and I said, My God, I am ashamed and blush to lift up my face to you. My God, for our iniquities have increased over our head, and our guiltiness has grown up to the heavens. Since the days of our fathers, we have been exceedingly guilty to this day. And for our iniquities, we, our kings and our priests, have been delivered into the hand of the kings of the lands, to the sword, to captivity, to plunder, and to confusion of face, as it is this day. Now, for a little moment, grace has been shown from the Lord our God to leave us a remnant to escape, and to give us a stake in his holy place, that our God may lighten our eyes and revive us a little in our bondage. For we are bondservants, yet our God has not forsaken us in our bondage, but has extended loving kindness to us in the sight of the kings of Persia, to revive us, to set up the house of our God, and to repair its ruins, and to give us a wall in Judah and in Jerusalem. Now, our God, what shall we say after this? For we have forsaken your commandments, which you commanded by your servants the prophets, saying, The land to which you go to possess is an unclean land, through the uncleanness of the peoples of the lands, through their abominations, which have filled it from one end to another with their filthiness. Now, therefore, don't give your daughters to their sons, don't take their daughters to your sons, nor seek their peace or their prosperity forever, that you may be strong and eat the good of the land, and leave it for an inheritance to your children forever. After all that has come on us for our evil deeds and for our great guilt, since you, our God, have punished us less than our iniquities deserve, and have given us such a remnant, shall we again break your commandments and join ourselves with the people that do these abominations? Wouldn't you be angry with us until you had consumed us, so that there would be no remnant, nor any to escape? The Lord, the God of Israel, you are righteous. For we are left a remnant that has escaped, as it is today. Behold, we are before you in our guiltiness, for no one can stand before you because of this. Now while Ezra prayed and made confession, weeping and casting himself down before God's house, there was gathered together to him out of Israel a very great assembly of men and women and children, for the people wept very bitterly. Shechaniah, the son of Jehiel, one of the sons of Elam, answered Ezra, We have trespassed against our God, and have married foreign women of the peoples of the land. Yet now there is hope for Israel concerning this thing. Now, therefore, let's make a covenant with our God to put away all the wives and those who are born of them, according to the counsel of my Lord, and of those who tremble at the commandment of our God. Let it be done according to the law. Arise, for the matter belongs to you, and we are with you. Be courageous and do it. Then Ezra arose and made the chiefs of the priests, the Levites, and all Israel to swear that they would do according to this word. So they swore. Then Ezra rose up from before God's house and went into the room of Jehohanan, the son of Eliashib. When he came there, he didn't eat bread or drink water, for he mourned because of the trespass of the exiles. They made a proclamation throughout Judah and Jerusalem to all the children of the captivity that they should gather themselves together to Jerusalem, and that whoever didn't come within 3 days, according to the counsel of the princes and the elders, all his possessions should be forfeited, and he himself separated from the assembly of the captivity. Then all the men of Judah and Benjamin gathered themselves together to Jerusalem within 3 days. It was the 9th month, on the 20th day of the month, and all the people sat in the wide place in front of God's house, trembling because of this matter, and because of the great rain. Ezra the priest stood up and said to them, "You have trespassed and have married foreign women, increasing the guilt of Israel. Now, therefore, make confession to the Lord, the God of your fathers, and do his pleasure. Separate yourselves from the peoples of the land and from the foreign women." Then all the assembly answered with a loud voice, "We must do as you have said concerning us. But the people are many, and it is a time of much rain, and we are not able to stand outside. This is not a work of 1 day or 2, for we have greatly transgressed in this matter. Now, let our priests be appointed for all the assembly, and let all those who are in our cities who have married foreign women come at appointed times, and with them the elders of every city and its judges, until the fierce wrath of our God is turned from us, until this matter is resolved." Only Jonathan, the son of Asahel, and Jazaiah, the son of Tikvah, stood up against this, and Meshullam and Shabbathai the Levite helped them. The children of the captivity did so. Ezra the priest, with certain heads of fathers' households, after their fathers' houses, and all of them by their names, were set apart, and they sat down in the 1st day of the 10th month to examine the matter. They finished with all the men who had married foreign women by the 1st day of the 1st month. Among the sons of the priests there were found who had married foreign women of the sons of Jeshua, the son of Jozadak, and his brothers Maaseiah, Eleazar, Jarib, and Gedaliah. They gave their hand that they would put away their wives, and being guilty, they offered a ram of the flock for their guilt. Of the sons of Immer, Hanani and Zebediah. Of the sons of Harim, Maaseiah, Elijah, Shemaiah, Jehiel, and Uzziah. Of the sons of Pashur, Elionai, Maaseiah, Ishmael, Nathanael, Jozabad, and Elasah. Of the Levites, Jozabad, Shimei, Kelaiah, also called Kalita, Pethahiah, Judah, and Eleazar. Of the singers, Eliashib. Of the gatekeepers, Shallum, Telem, and Uri. Of Israel, of the sons of Parash, Ramiah, Isaiah, Malchijah, Mijamin, Eleazar, Malchijah, and Benaiah. Of the sons of Elam, Mattaniah, Zechariah, Jehiel, Abdi, Jeremoth, and Elijah. Of the sons of Zatu, Elionai, Eliashib, Mattaniah, Jeremoth, Zebad, and Aziza. Of the sons of Bebai, Jehohanan, Hananiah, Zabai, and Athlai. Of the sons of Bani, Meshullam, Maluk, Adaiah, Jashub, Sheal, and Jeremoth. Of the sons of Pahath Moab, Adnah, Kelal, Benaiah, Maaseiah, Mattaniah, Bezalel, Binui, and Manasseh. Of the sons of Harim, Eleazar, Ishijah, Malchijah, Shemaiah, Shimeon, Benjamin, Maluk, and Shemariah. Of the sons of Hashum, Mattanai, Mattatah, Zabad, Eliphelet, Jeremiah, Manasseh, and Shimei. Of the sons of Bani, Maadai, Amram, Uel, Benaiah, Bedaiah, Kaluhi, Vanaiah, Meremoth, Eliashib, Mattaniah, Mattanai, Jaasu, Bani, Binui, Shimei, Shelemiah, Nathan, Adaiah, Machnadabai, Shashai, Shirai, Azarel, Shelemiah, Shemariah, Shallum, Amariah, and Joseph. Of the sons of Nebo, Jeiel, Mattathiah, Zebad, Zebina, Edo, Joel, and Benaiah. All these had taken foreign wives. Some of them had wives by whom they had children. Father God, I love that Ezra could have asked for the king's protection as they traveled, but he didn't. Instead, he and his men fasted and prayed and relied on you as their protector. We thank you that we also have access to this same covenant of protection. And again, we see the importance of separating ourselves and not becoming familiar with those who don't know you and follow you, not because we're better or more worthy, but because you don't want us to be led astray. You know how easy it is for us to follow the crowd. So you ask us to choose our companions, and especially our partners in marriage, carefully. Help us to always remember to keep you first in every choice and every action. Thank you, Father. Amen. Well, there we have it, another chapter in our journey through the Bible. It isn't always easy to understand, but remember, it isn't a race, and each word we read is a seed planted in our hearts. Thank you for being part of this journey. Join us tomorrow and every day as we continue our journey through the pages of the Bible. This is Cherie signing off for the day. Remember, you are in my prayers. I can't wait to see you tomorrow. Until next time, be blessed and be a blessing.